All right, y'all. So I didn't do it last time or when it actually dropped, but it's One Piece, so I can't help it. I definitely need to do it. But this is the color spread for the chapter, for our newest chapter. We are definitely at the end of the God Valley incident, but there's still more to continue on, some information to learn. So let's get into it. So we're right back picking up where everything left off after they were done fighting. They did all their best attacks that they had. You got Rock's wondering has the curse worn off, and you got Garp, and you also got Roger just kind of laid out. They fucked, but Rock's is sitting here wondering, like, bro, is he even going to leave alive? But as we see, he can see Garling and two other God's Knights. So the God's Knights pop up or whatever, right? And, Rock's is still just thinking to himself, like, yo, y'all boys better get out of here because they come to kill us. You know what I'm saying? And as you see, you got Summers, Garling, and then I forgot her name, but she's one of the newer ones. You finally see Garland taking his final stab at Rock's, and he's gone. Now everybody's running away, still trying to figure out where's Rocks. You got two different people, running with. You got Gabon and you got Rayleigh running with Garp and Roger. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get them away, and they're trying to figure out what happened to Rocks, and they're like, bro, he dead. Fuck. So you still got the Navy over here yelling. There's still mayhem going on. And then, of course, you get a broad account of what happened, and we already know what that means. You get some bullshit because, of course, we already know they had Morgan still alive during this time, or Morgan was out there during this time. The world government probably are going to be the ones to facilitate how he writes his story. So they're letting us know, like, bro, after everything that has happened, a massive lightning bolt hit, and we already know that's something from email. So everybody's trying to figure out what's going on, catching up, kind of doing a rerun, like, damn, bro, like, what happened? So they're letting Roger know after he wakes up, like, they got Shaggy, you know what I'm saying, and they got hella treasure. But they hear a little doom. So as they hear the doom, they go and check it out, right? They're trying to figure out, like, what the fuck it is. And it's a baby. We already know what it is. It's Baby Shanks. So the story that was told about the Rocks Pirates basically made Garp out to be the hero. This is how we get the legendary hero Garp story. It's not to say he's not legendary and he's not a hero, but now that we finally seen what happened, a lot of it was bullshit. The world government is about as crooked as they can be. So you got Sengoku talking to Roger Garp, sorry, at the time or whatever. And this is a young Sengoku and Garp. Let's remember that. So Garp and Sengoku going back and forth. He's letting them know, like, bro, that didn't happen. What the fuck going on? Sengoku's letting them know, like, bro, I kind of want to crash out too, but, he knows better. He said basically he has to keep things in check where he is. And he's like, Garp, yo, if you trying to leave, fuck. But Garp is letting him know, like, bro, I still got my own shit to do at the bottom, and I got my own people to protect. So we cut back to, a little flashback with Rocks and Loki here. And, Loki's telling them, like, I think you're Nika and the Warrior Liberation. And, him and Rocks, their relationship is legendary, basically, at this point. So he's letting them know about the Godly Law people. And I don't know if you guys know about the Godly Law giants, but they're the giants who basically are said to be not hidden, but frozen or something like that. Held by the world government is what we're thinking, but they're letting them know. Rocks is telling them, like, bro, if your pops teamed up with me, bro, we could get them boys back in there, and then we could go ahead and do that to the world government. But, the thing about it, we gotta remember, Rocks and Harold are friends, but Harold's goals are very different from Rock. Harold wants to be a part of the world government, which is why that last chapter, he wasn't there to help. So the thing about it is, Harold does crash out a little bit. He goes and beats up the guy that made one of the guys who was reporting and kind of made wouldn't let the Giants get out of that bad rep that they have because the way he was writing. You know what I'm saying? He was putting belt to ass on this dude too. And the thing about it is, everybody's sitting here thinking, oh, Harold's so bad, but Harold's upset. Harold is upset because of how hard he's tried and that they still have someone out there who's going to keep putting them down. And the thing about it is, Harold is upset because at the end of the day, fuck everything else, Rocks was his dog, bro. And it sucks sometimes having to go not support your homies when you're trying to follow your own path. But, at the end of the day, that's not to say Harold can't be hurt by this, because he is. And then we get to finally get to catch up on what happened with Dragon. We know how the fuck Dragon got out. His father let him out. So as much beef as we thought that they had between each other, there's an understanding. So then we finally cut to Harold. He's letting Maeda, he's letting the chief know, he's letting everybody know basically like it's time that he makes a big move to get them in a position that they need to be. So he pulls up to the world government and they're like, bro, we already told you can't come in here. And then you got Harold doing freak shit. This man basically wanting to atone for some sins that they never really even had, rips off his horns to let go of the freedom in a sense that the Giants originally had. You know what I'm saying? He did that to prove fealty to the world government. And was it worth it? I don't think so. So with us seeing him rip his horns off, the world government understanding, Emu's definitely interested. The chapter ends here. Emu's interested in what Rox is saying. Emu doesn't say anything. I mean, not Rox, Harold. But we do know that what happens with, you know, Harold and Loki is going to definitely have to play a part into this, because at the end of the day, Loki knows the evil of the world government, and I think he knows more than we know at this point of all the things Harold did once he became a pawn for the world government. So I can't wait to catch him on that. Y'all tell me what y'all thought. This was a slower chapter, but we finally did get to see how Rock, some of the greatest pirates we've ever heard about, went out, and I can't wait to see Garland get his ass beat again.